Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Zork Grand Inquisitor. I'm the mysterious JG. I'm still trying to get over the fact that I can finally record this game. I've been trying for a while. I hope I'm not overselling my own excitement. Because I was also really excited about recording the space bar, which has not really set the world on fires with views. The world's on fires with views. It hasn't really gotten a ton of views, despite the fact, as far as I know, it's the only LP of that game that's out there on the interwebs. But, you know, yeah, it happens. But I'm pretty excited. We can go to the Great Underground Empire, or we can go to here. I think there is more stuff that we can do right now here. As you can see, I haven't fixed the cursor problem yet. Than there is currently in the Great Underground Empire subway station. So let's go here first. It's, in magic we trust, it says. Knock on the door, nothing happens. Any hints on what we should do here, Mr. Lamp? Yeah, it's not exactly a difficult... I'm realizing now that actually my recording window is cutting off the very, very bottom of this. But I think that's like, you know, when I'm ready to quit the game, it says, are you sure you want to quit? Yes, no. You're missing the yes, no. Nothing important. So let's try casting the Resrov spell. Hold on. I need a good sync point, so let's do this. I need to find something I can use to sync up this video, so let me go. Resrov! I started a little bit late, but I should be able to get that to work.
Ah, my alma mater. The most prestigious spellcasting institution in all of Zork. And I was first in my class, too.
Anyway, there's two different ways to die here. First, there's the bottomless pit. Let's hop in. Jump in bottomless pit. You plummet down the bottomless pit, and plummet, and plummet. As the years pass, you meet, mingle, and marry a similarly indisposed adventurer, have 3 children, and eventually die of old age. You have died. I'm a luckless adventurer. It's funny. No, can't go straight to loading the game, or the game will crash. At this point, up to this point, we haven't seen that happen, and I'm really trying desperately hard not to allow the game to crash, because in my previous efforts to record this, this is going a lot smoother than those, but I started seeing a lot of problems with sync sound when the game crashed. Anyway, let's Resrov again. Resrov! And the other way to die here. Oh, we have to hear him. Danger, bottomless pits. Okay, we saw that.
Ah, my alma mater. The most prestigious spellcasting institution in all of Zork. And I was first in my class, too.
It says, danger, bottomless pits. And... come on. Please don't throck the grass. Let's throck the grass anyway. Throck. Cast Throck on grass. Though seemingly harmless, you quickly discover why throcking the grass is expressly forbidden. The grass bursts forth from the ground with an unquenchable bloodlust. The tentacle-like blades wrap themselves around your extremities, lifting you in the air and snapping you like a piñata. You have died. You are a piñata, a dead piñata, senor. So let us not do that again. That's to give us one more chance for me to go and also to continually load the wrong game. Not that my save game slots mean anything right now, the way they're named, so I can't blame myself for not being able to understand that. And I didn't go Resrov, so... And I get to knock on the door after it's already open, because I confused the game. So let's give him a chance to say his little piece.
My alma mater. The most prestigious spellcasting institution in all of Zork. And I was first in my class, too.
So we've got this thing here. This is the key to getting out of here.
If you want to get in, you're going to have to pass the entrance exam. The 3 pillars. They test your aptitude for visualization, pattern recognition, and clicking.
Key. Visualization, pattern recognition, and clicking. Basically, we have to form one picture. One piece. At the Grand light. Let's try to make the historic White House. Okay, it would appear the historic White House is not going to happen. Or that would be Flathead Mesa, I believe. Nothing to it but to do it, folks. Don't remember this being that difficult before. Yeah, there we go. Made that harder maybe than it really was, but that's the easiest of them. None of them are horribly difficult. That one, I thought there was more than one correct way to do it, but I'm thinking now there probably wasn't. This one at all, they all look kind of similar, but the real problem with this one being that I think some of them do not have shadows that work the right way. Yeah, that one looks like it should be correct, but apparently it isn't. So let's try something else. Yeah, it's obviously not going to work. I think I recollected being the Z one. Yep. Alrighty. Continuing along on our merry way. As I look at this thing, its screen captures window, it's cutting off the very, very bottom, where there's nothing visible for 99% of gameplay anyway, but there's also like a graphical glitch down there, so I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know why I'm bothering you with those details. This one's the hardest one because, I don't know, a lot of them look like they do go together, and you really are hopeful that they're all going to come together into one picture, and then they don't. Scenic overlook ruins of Fibor. See, like this one to me looks like a complete picture. Oh, I think I remember what's going on now. There is a complete picture. There's several complete pictures, but only one of the complete pictures is actually what you want. I think this one can form into a complete picture, but that doesn't do anything for you. Scenic overlook, I'm positive this isn't the right one, but we're going to play with it anyway. Yeah. Yep, that's a complete picture, but it doesn't help us any. There we go. Because what actually happens here is that it doesn't just open the path, it forms a window you pass through. Go.
GUE Tech, Eastlands. Boy, this takes me back. The glory days of enchanting. I can't remember a damn thing.
You actually go through this window, and you get back to where you were. And as you can see, the path is still blocked. You didn't actually go up here physically. You used magical mumbo-y jumbo-y. Game is scrolling at the wrong speed. Window to get in. So if you go out through the doors, and this is something that, one of the things that got me stuck for a while is I didn't think to go back out through the doors. It actually does lead to some items you can't get otherwise. Because you go out through the door. I didn't mean to do that. The way into the school disappears behind you, and you end up...
As you'll notice, the university doesn't exist in our space-time. It's in a parallel dimension called the ethereal planes of Atri, which we sorcerers share with snack cakes, former child stars, and people who own ferrets.
Yeah, it's like... funny random. Sometimes people read Douglas Adams, and they think that all you have to do to be funny is just to bring together random things and mention ferrets or whatever.
Let's dematerialize, shall
Not
we?
that Douglas Adams ever mentioned ferrets that I recall, but, you know, it's just this idea that snack cakes, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that does make sense. It was kind of cute, but... Oh, that's right. You have to actually... This is one of the little hiccups of the design. You have to actually equip the map before you go up to those things, because you can't go to your item screen from there. So if you put in the map... We're not going to teleport, but it's now added to our locations we can teleport to. GUE Tech, the Crossroads, in the Dungeon Master's Lair, aka Grimmeth's house. He's the only guy. I didn't mean to go there, damn it. I didn't mean to go to Grimmeth's house. We dance along the Cataloochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie. Sorry. I was just thinking about Grimmeth's house, which I've never been to, but I presume is along the Cataloochee, apparently. Apparently I've decided it's on the Cataloochee.
Hey, free dirt.
So, what do we have in our inventory that will help with dirt? Well, we could try the vacuum cleaner, but that accomplishes nothing. The correct answer is, of course, the shovel. And there's a scroll. Kendall, simplify instructions.
Kindle.
It will do nothing here, but whatever. This thing looks like cool, and if I could center it, it looks cool and mystical and whatever. There's nothing here that you can interact with. It just looks cool and mystical. The way out of here is actually to go back through the other side of this pillar, and you pop up in here. Because we're sharing the dimension with ferrets and people who own ferrets and whatever. But anyway, GUE Tech. The university. GUE Tech Health Memo. To all students and rat ants, the surgeon from the surgeon specific, as opposed to the surgeon general, ha ha ha. Zork rocks and cola. The surgeon specific of GUE Tech has determined that eating Zork rocks while drinking any cola-based beverage can be harmful to your health because your stomach will explode. Just like that kid whose picture is on all the Zork granola boxes, that's how he died, really. You're all aware of the old legend about pop rocks and soda. Desperately seeking tutor all subjects pertaining to magic. 2T has MDD, magic deficit disorder. Must pass exams to be expelled. Will pay handsomely. Zork mids or livestock. Please call Mr. Yannick. That... I don't know if there's any specific point at which it's revealed, but that, as it turns out, that's actually the Grand Inquisitor. GUE check Dean's List, Murianic Z-, Dalvaz of Girth A. That's the Grand Inquisitor. That's our lamp. And I don't think we can actually read any further now. Congrats to our own GUE Tech Magemeisters. Thaumaturgic Decathlon champions for the third year in a row. They turned the Mythican Institute of Technology enchanters into ripe guano to capture first place in the Moss League. Some of these are clues, some of these are just goofy. These games do try to make the clues look like they're intentionally put in there just as jokes. Because, I mean, they try to make the clues funny, in part just to be funny, but also because it makes you miss clues by thinking they're just jokes. Remember, the vending machines are being restocked on Cruise Day. Please be patient. There is likely to be no locker access until then, depending on how stale the candy in the vending machine is. That is a clue that I missed for a long time. I told you I would fess up to when I had to go to fax. I got stuck, really stuck in the game at one point because the clue that this is giving you, I didn't kind of pick up on. We'll see what that's about later. Mike's pants. I don't understand that. Notice the alarm system is down. Can somebody please try and cheer him up? We've also got vending machines.
Snacks. Sweet snacks. What a welcome sight to the road-weary adventurer.
We don't have any money, though, so I'm not going to bother playing with that. This is a change machine. We're not going to bother with it right now because we don't have any cash to put in it. We will eventually get cash money that will allow us to start playing with these vending machines. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to read those. There's a sandwich, frosticle, and whatever that is in the middle. This is the important... Ooh. Now I wish I'd accidentally clicked like that a long time ago. Another thing that I missed, folks. was that you can interact with the bottom of this thing and the top. No point in doing that now, but this is something to bear in mind when you're thinking through these puzzles. And pause the game if you want to think through the puzzles and not have me speed through them. But there is a point where we need to interact with the bottom of the machine, and for a long time I didn't realize you could, because I just clicked up here and thought this was how you interact with the machine.
I think some of these were here my freshman year.
There's Zork rocks. You already saw a message about Zork rocks, which should indicate to you that they will be important. But let's move along. Quite a lot of screens here where they just have mystical looking shit that you, well, pardon me, stuff. I'm trying to keep my language clean in this one. That it looks like you can interact with, but you can't really. Like here, you can't do anything with any of this. It's just decorative. But it's the kind of stuff that if you get stuck, you will spend a lot of time searching around here trying to figure out how to do something with it. Pixel hunting is a pain in the butt, but it's nowhere near as bad in the game when you're playing it when it was brand new on its native operating system, because you didn't have all these problems with the game, like being overclocked and scrolling at the wrong speed. This is in fact one of the other big places I got stuck. This corridor, you will see in a moment when I center on it properly. There's this shield crest thing. On the other side is a bunch of trophies. Through the middle is a corridor. You go inside, there's this guy.
This is an emergency magicatronic message from the Enchanter's broadcasting system. I am the wizard, Bellbuzz. This is probably not a test. Should a tyrannical anti-magic despot have in fact eliminated magic from the Empire, you must find the following 3 lost magic artifacts. If you find them, magic will return.
Okay, so you're going to tell us what they are?
This is an
Nope.
emergency.
If you click it, you just get the same message
from
again.
The Enchanter's broadcast.
So let's leave here so he'll stop talking. And he continues to talk. Crap.
This is probably not a test. Should a tyrannical anti-magic despot
As you can see, the
have in
hallway
fact
continues to go
eliminated
on
magic
for a
from
while.
the Empire, you must find the following 3 lost
And I didn't
magic
bother to show you, but
artifacts.
exact
If you
same
find
portrait
them,
over here.
Magic
Exact
will
same
return.
stuff over here.
This is the main hallway one
Yeah.
took to go to class. I've never been down it.
So as you can see, the hallway appears to go on in depth. You can go down here quite a few times. And I'm not bothering to show you, but it doesn't change. It continues to be the same. Alright, and then you got this door here. Knocking on it does nothing. Let's try Rezrov. Rezrov!
This is a magic university. These doors have all been Rezrov-proofed.
So, what do you do with this? Well, I figured it was just like a cute reference to earlier Zork games. I remember in Enchanter there was definitely a road where like you could keep going down the road forever and it never led anywhere, and you would eventually die of thirst or hunger depending on whether you were short of bread or water. So I figured it was a reference to that. But no, you do have to do something with it. This is another pixel hunt problem. You see that? You click up. I went a long time without knowing there was a sign above here that says Infinite Corridor. I'll give you a moment to think about this. Once my friend and I back in college days playing this game finally did enough pixel hunting to realize there was something up here you could interact with, we came very quickly to the conclusion of what you're supposed to do. But just for fun, I'll show you something wrong to do first. It won't kill you, so we can play with it safely without saving the game. Egram. These are 2 separate items, Infinite and Corridor. So what if we use the Make Purple Things Invisible spell on Corridor? It turns into infinity, but it turns back. Basically because the game apparently didn't feel like killing you there. Maybe you get sucked into space, which is what I would have assumed would have happened. Now the correct solution, of course, is to get rid of the word infinite. So it becomes...
And the hallway becomes a small way.
The hallway becomes a small one. So now your man's still here, but we can get to the end of the hallway. We can see the lockers. Big fat loser dunce. And an empty candy wrapper. This is meant to be a clue. You've got a locker that's been damaged. We will be dealing with it later. And a bunch of other lockers. Can you cast Resrov on these to open them? No, because they are not objects you can interact with. One of those little frustrating things. No particular reason you can't Resrov these. I suppose you could have the lantern saying, those have been Resrov proofed, like he did with the doors. But they don't bother. They just don't let it work. You come to this door here. Let's do the same thing. Let's try Resrov. Let's see if he actually explains it again why it won't work.
This is a magic
Yeah,
universe.
he does.
These doors have all been Resrov proofed.
Here is something that looks like it's some kind of card reader. And a door, which won't open. Knocking on doors never helps in this game. So, we get to the end of this hallway, and we immediately run into more stuff we can't do anything with. However, there are little side paths. There's nothing going on here. There's nothing going on here. But there is, it looks like, some kind of different picture.
You must find the missing cube of foundation, one of the 17 building blocks which form our existence. The cube that contains the power of middle magic was allegedly won in a game of double Fanucci by the scoundrel Antharia Jack, proprietor of a gambling hall in Port Fusel. As the sources were intoxicated in the extreme, this information has never been verified.
So Antharia Jack, he's going to continue to be a character in this thing because, hey, they got the guy who played Faceman / Starbuck. The original Starbuck, not the hot one that all the nerds want to have sex with now. The one that you were supposed to want to be them, not want to do them. Back in the Dizzy. Anyway. Back when Adama was not like Edward James Olmos. So that's one of the 3 items we gotta find. Let's find out about the others. Okay, well I just came back into the same place again by mistake. Oh, I hope I can figure out something before it's time to play Zork Nemesis. Ah, I keep coming back to the same section of hallway. Here we go.
You must find the Coconut of Quendor. It contains the magic knowledge of the Circle of Enchanters, knowledge enough to fill an entire coconut, hidden before magic was banished from the realm. It holds the power of high magic, and makes, I'm told, one heck of a pina colada. The wizard Yigale set sail into the great sea with it in 966 GUE. It was never heard from again.
Yeah, that's actually the subject of one of the earlier Zork games. Zork 3 or Beyond Zork, or it might have been Beyond Zork. Either way, I never played that one. But yeah, there was the Coconut of Quendor is a reference to earlier Zork fun. And that's the kind of sense of humor that the Zork games have. Those most mystical... At that time, the most mystical and important item in the world, the entire point of the game. Now it's just one of 3, but at that point it was like the most mystical and powerful item and artifact in the universe was a coconut. Knowledge enough to fill an entire coconut. And there is one more of these, but I keep, because of my scrolling issues, I'm having a hard time finding the correct side path. Ugh. Okay, this is the lockers. What if we just kind of inch away? No. That must be the one that I keep hitting. Because there's like... I think there's 2 different paths off this way. Damnation! I spent the entire video trying to deal with this. I do apologize, folks. Alright. 2 paths. You get to the door, there's a path straight to the left of the door. There's a path back down the hall. I thought there was a path between them. But that's leading to the Cuba Foundation. So is it the path all the way hard left from this door, the one I haven't gone in yet? Yes, it is. Okay.
You must find the skull of Zork,
Alas.
which contains the soul of deep magic. The powerful skull has fueled wars, raised empires, toppled cities, and through it all remained quite shiny. The skull was stolen by a pack of grooves near the historic White House in the year 948. Search out the time tunnels. This is the sole purpose for which we built them eons ago. This has been an emergency magicatronic message from the Enchanter's broadcasting system. This has not been a test. If this had been a test, an annoying tone would have sounded. The tone would have sounded very much like this.
Okay, so that's it for that. Let us leave the university. But what did we get while we were here? We got a new spell, Kendall. Simplify instructions. Otherwise, we just got some background on what we have to do. We've been introduced to a couple of new things we're going to have to play with later, like the lockers and these vending machines. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, one of the things that I never quite picked up on is that the vending machines are connected to the lockers. More than we realize. You can get Zork rocks out of the vending machine. You can get Blam Classic. That's fake Coca-Cola out of the vending machine. Those two things together will explode. Friend and I figured out that you use those with the lockers a long time ago, pretty quickly. But what we didn't quite grasp was that you also have to do something else with the lockers. And that was where kind of where we got tripped up. We figured we were done with the lockers because we figured out their connection with the, you know, Pop Rocks and Soda myth. But there's actually more to it than that. We'll get a chance to play with that later. Once again, I forgot to equip the map before I came to the crossroads. Or the teleporter. But we got the Simplify Instruction spell. I don't see any way that's going to help us back at the Dungeon Master's house and gardens. So let's take it with us when we go to explore the last place we know of we can get to, but we haven't explored yet, which is, of course, the subway system.
A token, a slot. But how to put it all together without my insert token into slot spell?
Yeah, he's a bit of a smartass. It's not like we didn't know this one.
I was just about to suggest that.
So anyway, we are
Underground. It's a subway. It's a political movement. It's a subway and a political movement. Sounds like it's still operational, too.
So this is a place where it looks like you should be able to go in further, but actually there's nothing much to do over here. There is, however, a sign. Feel the heat. Take the underground to Hades. Feel the heat. Win big. Play Old Scratch. 500 million Zork mids or eternal damnation. You choose your path. Brave souls wanted. Old Scratcher. I like that, the Old Scratcher lottery ticket. And considering I used to work a job at the liquor store, just, you know, it was just a job. People did come in occasionally and ask if there's an employee discount, which is kind of ridiculous, but, you know, we really want the kind of people who would show up waiting for an employee, you know, wanting to work there for the employee discount. But anyway, had a lot of really religious types who came in, and a lot of alcoholics, and a lot of people who bought scratch tickets. There was sometimes a lot of overlap, and it always kind of amused me to think that, I wonder what they would think if we actually sold old scratch lottery tickets, if they would take offense to that. Whatever.
Okay, now you want to take the red line east to the yellow line, then switch off to the, I have no idea.
This reminds me of the London Underground map, which is, I guess it's based on that and the New York subway system. Either way, yeah. So first, locate your desired attentions. Verify values. Checking the values. You guys thinking about this?
There seems to be some sort of problem here. I don't think this is doing anything.
Repeat step 1 and until another rider comes to your assistance and drive does fly towards you up their arms, transport you to the nearest subway information center where to steal a copy of the Subway User's Guide. Under no circumstances a person under the age of 87 use the subway. Do not repeat any step. If you read the steps, they're pretty insane. But I'll just keep pressing buttons.
That's it. Just keep hitting those buttons. Something's bound to happen.
Yeah, you're just making fun of us now. The answer, folks, is, of course, magic. And the answer is... Kendo!
That's more like it. Now, unless I'm mistaken, all you have to do is pick the place you want to go to, wait at the edge of the platform, and assume crash position.
Alrighty. Well, we're almost at the end of the video, but what do you say, well, you know, we are almost at the end of the video. I should probably just end the excitement right now. But we've got 3 different places to explore. Write in a comment and tell me which one you want to explore first, folks, and then find out in the next video which one I explored first, because I'm going to record the next video before I've posted this one. But at any rate, we've got the Crossroads, which is where we are, but we can go to Flood Control Dam number 3, which is a perennial Zork favorite. We can go to Hades, which is their way of saying hell without offending people. And we can go to Monastery Stop. It's be a long time before we can do anything with Monastery, but it will be sitting there for like most of the game with a puzzle that we can't do anything about. But eventually we will have to go there. There is no location in the game that you do not have to visit. And, well, I mean, depends on what you consider location. Port Fuzel you have to visit. You don't have to go up to the screen where the guy talks like the guy from Sling Blade goes, mm-hmm. You don't have to actually knock on his door. But anyway, that's it for this video. When we come back, we're going to visit some of them subway stops. Might go to hell and get an old scratcher ticket. Might see what's going on at the Flood Control Dam number 3. There's plenty of excitement and adventure left to come, folks, and I hope you'll join me for it. I want to thank you all very much for watching. And, ooh, look, spell shortcuts if you can remember what those symbols are. Resrov's a simple. Other ones not so much. And then your inventory items. You don't actually have to go to that screen that I keep going to, but I just love the familiar side of the lamp. He's our friend. Let's try to kill him with a sword. Nothing happens. Anyway, folks, that's it for now. See you next time. Bye-bye.